As you wake each morning, the world around us seems fresh, new. Yet, there is a part of our lives that whispers silently, shaping who we are without us even realizing it. This hidden realm, the subconscious, holds immense power over our daily choices and actions. Imagine this scene: you're at your desk in the office, staring blankly as you sort through emails. Out of nowhere, a thought pops into your head: should I take that long-desired vacation? Yet, when asked where it came from, you shrug off the question with a vague "it just seemed like a good idea." This fleeting moment is an example of how our subconscious mind operates behind the scenes. In fact, every morning as we open our eyes and step into this world, countless subliminal messages are sent to us. These aren't the obvious ones you might encounter in advertising or social media. These are whispers that guide your thoughts, emotions, and decisions throughout the day without you being fully aware of them. Let's think about a simple task like choosing what to eat for breakfast. You walk into the kitchen with no specific plans but find yourself reaching for the same cereal box again. Why not something different? The answer lies in our subconscious, patterns formed from years of habit and preference that influence your choices without conscious thought. The subconscious mind is like an unseen force, shaping our behavior, influencing our decisions, and impacting our lives more than we realize. It acts as a silent director, guiding us through the day with its subtle cues and commands. For instance, have you ever noticed how music can instantly change your mood or even affect your actions? The subconscious mind is finely attuned to these environmental signals, reacting to them in ways that are often unconscious but profound. A happy tune might make you smile and feel more optimistic. A sad melody could bring tears to your eyes. This influence extends beyond just emotional states. Subconscious influences can drive our behaviors in subtle yet significant ways. Likely in the quiet corners of our minds lies a powerful force that often goes unnoticed in the chaos of daily life. This hidden influence is known as the subconscious mind. Like an underground river, it flows beneath the surface, shaping who we are and how we act without us even realizing it. Every day, as you wake up to the sound of your alarm or step into a familiar environment, countless thoughts, memories, and emotions slip through this unseen channel. These subtle currents can affect everything from our decisions at work to the way we interact with people around us. They are like whispers in the wind, soft yet persistent, guiding our behavior without direct conscious awareness. For instance, have you ever found yourself reaching for a certain brand of coffee every morning, or choosing the same route home even when there's traffic? These habitual behaviors might seem trivial on their own, but they represent small windows into how your subconscious mind operates. Over time, these patterns can influence not only our daily routines but also deeper aspects like personal beliefs and values. Consider a scenario where you step out of your office building after a long day at work. The moment you open the door, a familiar scent hits your nose, a hint of coffee or freshly baked bread that reminds you of home. This sensory memory triggers an emotional response in you, making you feel momentarily nostalgic for family and comfort. It's as if these scents are keys to unlocking deeper memories and emotions that have been stored away within. Or imagine walking into a store where the music plays softly but is distinctly different from what you usually hear. The sound might be a melody or rhythm that reminds you of your childhood, bringing back a flood of past experiences. These auditory cues can stir up feelings like happiness or sadness without any conscious thought on your part. The subconscious mind also influences our decisions in subtle ways through what we see and hear. For example, when advertisements appear during TV shows, they often use colors, sounds, and symbols that are designed to catch the viewer's attention. At the heart of our daily lives lies a mysterious force that often goes unnoticed: the subconscious mind. It's like an invisible orchestra conductor, guiding us through countless decisions without much conscious thought. Imagine waking up in the morning, stretching your arms, choosing what to wear, deciding whether to grab coffee or tea. These are all actions driven by habitual patterns and subconscious influences. Have you ever noticed how certain behaviors become second nature? Like biting nails when feeling anxious, or automatically reaching for a device at every spare moment. These habits, often formed from years of repetition, subtly shape our daily experiences without us even realizing it. They're the silent voices, whispering in your ear, whispering things that you might not have chosen consciously. The subconscious mind is like a vast library filled with memories, emotions, and past experiences. It's where deeply ingrained beliefs and values reside. For instance, if someone has had negative experiences around money growing up, their subconscious may develop a fear of financial abundance, which can unconsciously influence spending habits or career choices. In adulthood, take the story of Sarah, for example. She was always a shy person who struggled with public speaking. Her childhood memories were filled with instances where she felt judged and criticized when trying to speak in front of groups. Over time, these experiences formed deep-seated beliefs that public speaking would lead to humiliation. As an adult, her subconscious mind continually reinforced this fear every time she was faced with a presentation or conversation. But what if Sarah could tap into the power of her subconscious to rewrite those negative narratives? Imagine she started journaling about positive experiences related to speaking up and sharing ideas. Maybe she wrote stories of successful public speeches or conversations that went smoothly despite initial nervousness. By consciously reinforcing these new, more positive beliefs, Sarah began to change how her subconscious viewed public speaking. This process is not just theoretical, it's a powerful tool for self-improvement. It allows us to challenge and transform the limiting beliefs that have been in the quiet corners of our minds. Lies a vast network that quietly directs much of what we do. This is the realm of subconscious influences, those hidden currents guiding your actions without you even realizing it. Imagine stepping into a busy street early in the morning, and suddenly finding yourself reaching for a specific brand of coffee because it was the same one served at an old friend's house from years ago. Or perhaps walking down memory lane to a favorite childhood park, only to find that the exact spot where you used to sit now smells like your grandmother's baking, suddenly making you feel both nostalgic and hungry. These experiences are subtle reminders of how deeply our subconscious mind is intertwined with daily life. It's not just about past memories, it also encompasses all those tiny decisions we make, often without conscious thought. Take the example of choosing a route to work every day. You might choose one path because it feels faster or more convenient, but what if that decision was influenced by something you subconsciously associate with safety and comfort? Let's delve deeper into this world. In our subconscious mind lies a vast reservoir of information, memories, emotions, beliefs, and patterns. These elements are constantly interacting to create the fabric of your daily life. For instance, have you ever found yourself feeling anxious about an upcoming meeting at work? It might not be because of the content or structure of the meeting itself, but due to underlying fears that stem from past experiences where similar situations were challenging. Our subconscious works like a silent director in our lives, guiding us through various scenarios and helping us navigate social interactions. For example, when you find yourself smiling uncontrollably at someone who reminds you of your childhood best friend, or feeling an instant attraction to a stranger because they share the same taste in music as your long-lost love, these are all subconscious triggers. It's also worth considering how our past experiences shape these influences. Perhaps you have a habit of always choosing certain types of food, clothing, or hobbies that remind you. As we delve deeper into the power of subconscious influences in your daily life, it's important to understand how these hidden forces shape our decisions and behaviors. They are like unseen currents that guide us through each day without us even realizing. Consider a simple scenario. You wake up one morning feeling unusually irritable or anxious. You might attribute this mood to something specific, a bad night's sleep, or perhaps the weather outside. But what if there's another, more subtle factor at play? Perhaps it was an image on your alarm clock that subconsciously set the tone for your day. Subconscious influences are everywhere, and they can manifest in countless ways. For instance, have you ever found yourself drawn to certain types of music or images without consciously knowing why? These preferences might be linked to subconscious associations from past experiences, memories, emotions, or even cultural norms that shape our perception. Take a moment to reflect on your own morning routine. Do you always reach for the same brand of coffee? Have you noticed any patterns in what you wear each day based on how you feel emotionally? These behaviors might be rooted in subconscious cues and influences from previous experiences. In more profound ways, subconscious influences can affect our relationships with others. For example, have you ever found yourself attracted to someone who reminds you subconsciously of a childhood friend or family member? Or perhaps your interactions with certain colleagues are influenced by deep-seated beliefs about authority figures that date back to your upbringing? Consider the concept of priming, which is a phenomenon where exposure to one stimulus influences our responses to subsequent stimuli. A study showed that if you were shown words related to elderly people for just a fraction of a second, it could make you walk more slowly and less energetically afterward. This subtle influence can have significant real-world implications. How does this play out in everyday life? Imagine walking into an office meeting after seeing images or colors associated with productivity on your commute. You might find yourself more focused and engaged during the discussion. As we journeyed through the layers of our subconscious mind, you may have felt a sense of curiosity about just how much it influences your daily life. The quiet whispers of your inner world can shape decisions both big and small, like choosing what to wear in the morning or deciding whether to take that step towards pursuing a long-held dream. Every day is filled with moments where we are swayed by forces beyond our conscious awareness, from habitual behaviors to fleeting emotions. Our subconscious mind acts like an unseen director, orchestrating much of how we navigate through life. It processes countless pieces of information every second, far more than what your conscious self can handle, and makes decisions based on patterns and experiences stored deep within. Consider this: when you first wake up in the morning, it's not a random choice to brush your teeth or take a shower. These are actions rooted in subconscious habits learned over years. Your mind is already working overtime before you fully emerge from sleep. And as we move through our day, countless similar decisions shape and mold us without much awareness. But here's where the magic happens: by recognizing and understanding these influences, you can start to consciously shape them for your benefit. You may find yourself questioning why certain behaviors or thoughts persist, why that nagging fear about failure keeps creeping in, even when it's holding you back from trying something new. By delving into these subconscious patterns, you open the door to transformation. Imagine a world where you can wake up each morning feeling fully prepared and energized for whatever comes your way. Imagine making choices based on clear intentions rather than vague impulses. That's not just possible, it's within reach when we learn to listen more closely to our inner voice. The power of self-reflection cannot be overstated in this journey. Take a moment today, perhaps during that quiet morning ritual, to pause and ask yourself, what am I really thinking? What truly drives me? It might feel uncomfortable at first, but with practice, you'll begin understanding the mind is a lifelong journey. Subscribe to explore it with us.